So if you're not aware of the Sims 4 news as of right now, you probably would have not known that we just got two new kits literally today, the Storybook Nursery kit and the Artist Studio kit, which I personally believe are probably one of my top two favorite kits as of right now, because if you don't know me, I'm a family game player, so I feel like nurseries are a staple, but also too, I love being creative and making a lot of painter sims. So having a proper studio, an artist studio, specifically for them is up my alley. But also too, I am not in my current setup. I'm in a hotel room at TwitchCon San Diego. And you probably would think, why is he recording a video in a hotel room when he's like supposed to enjoy his days off? Well, I love The Sims 4 and I really wanted to review these kits because they're my two top favorites as of right now. And there's a lot of cool things in this kit that I really want to look at, especially like the wallpaper. And there's a lot of Sims 2 hints like Bella Goth, and it's just so cool. So I'm currently installing the two kits right now, and we're gonna go into the game and look at everything. And so hopefully you all really like it. But let me know in the comments below, what are your two favorite things about this kit that you know so far? Especially since there's something that I feel like we all needed as a Sims community, nursery stuff for infants and toddlers. But also, when you have a painter sim, you might need a little extra something to make them look a little bit more fancier, if you know what I mean. But let's go ahead and go into the game. So now that we're finally in the game, I'm going to start with the Storybook Nursery kit just because it's probably one of my all-time favorites and I want to get it out the way. But I also will give you all of my thoughts and opinions as we're reviewing each and every different item. But if you're not aware, this kit was collaborated by sixamcc. And so if you want to check out their custom content or their other content, I will link it down below in the description to all their socials. But with this Storybook Nursery kit, it has a very Victorian, whimsical type vibe. That's what I kind of saw in the teaser. And they showed Bella Goth and Mortimer Goth as toddlers. And we've never seen them as toddlers. We've only seen them as children and up, especially if you played like The Sims 3. But with this kit, I thought that this bassinet, the Beautiful Bows bassinet, was a stroller because it looks like a stroller. It has a handle, it has little things at the bottom, but it's not. It's another bassinet. You could even utilize it as like a vampire bassinet because how dark themed it is. But I like that we're finally getting more things for infants because ever since infants came out a long time ago, I think last year, around the time we got Grown Together, I always felt they were left on the back burner. There wasn't really anything good for them, but I find this is going to be super helpful, especially for family game players or people who are doing the 100 baby challenge. I find that kind of insane, as I did finish the 100 baby challenge not too long ago. I will never do it ever again, just so we're clear. But I find this super helpful because I'm currently playing with elders and they just adopted a baby and my other household is having a baby soon. So utilizing this for their household is going to be really, really good. But I like that if you wanted to have this crib here and this bassinet side by side, you could, and they work very well. But if you weren't aware about the Sims 4 with the cribs, you can actually change this and convert it into a toddler bed. And so this is the toddler bed that we have in the game with the new kit. And they all come in the same variety of swatches. We have a little rocking chair, which I think is really cute. I think something that we've always needed is a very decorative style rocking chair. Of course, we have one with Nippy Knitting and Growing Together. But I find that we just need a lot more. But I think that with this kit, there's so many opportunities to make different styles of nurseries, whether it's Victorian or whether it's suburban. You have a lot to play around with this kit. And I just like how the quality of it looks so nice. I don't know if I'll use every single item all the time, but I definitely want to be able to use at least some of it in most of my nurseries. But I will say this is a shelf. Wait, hold on. So this is a lavish one wall shelf. And that's really helpful. You got your cotton swabs and whatnot. You've got extra diapers here. You've got some tissues or towelettes, whatever to call it. But I like that there's slotting that's going to be adding up here. And I just think that's super helpful, especially adding extra diapers or tissue papers or plants even. But this is really good. And of course, they come all in the same variety of swatches like the other one. So you can really match everything up to your liking. But we have some drapes, which I think is also very good. I think personally for me, I don't really use a lot of like the big over the top curtains because it's not my general style unless I'm building like a Victorian house. But I found like this one's gonna be really good for like a bunch of mansions. I do hope that this works on other type of windows, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be a little bit upsetty spaghetti. We also have a little mobile, which I think is also very cute. Now, this mobile, when I saw the preview picture, I was like, let me just look at this a little bit more closer. I saw a little teeny tiny itty bitty Bella Goth right here. And if you remember The Sims 2, there's like a little like hot air balloon floating around in like Pleasant View mostly that we usually see it with Bella Goth and like some other random. And I'm thinking, whatever happened to that random man that was in that hot air balloon? Did Bella Goth push him off? Probably so. And a lot of people were thinking that this right here would be like a brand new base game update of like having an infant in swaddling clothes or something. And I was also thinking that this sim right here could have been like Alexander or like Mortimer Goth as an actual infant or a toddler. But who is this? Who is this person? We don't know. And there's also different swatches that come on this. And so now that I'm looking at these swatches, these are just random children that are just there. So there's like nothing to like the Goth family relation. But I like that there's different type of sim babies on here, and so cute. The other one that we have is an essential diaper bag, which honestly, I don't have kids, but I have myself a dog, so I consider myself a parent. I take my dog, Randy Joe, wherever I go. I bring his little snack bag, his little whatever he needs in case he has an accident somewhere. I always have the essentials. But I do like that this essential bag has like neutral plain swatches, because sometimes I want to have like something simple and easy without any patterns, so that way it kind of works well with any bedroom or hallway or even closet. But I like that there's a bit of variety without being too over the top. We have another plush nap time rug. Ooh, okay, that's actually really cute. I don't know how much I will use it, but I like, wait, there's a little monkey. I love this so much. It's like a monkey, an elephant, a giraffe, a little bear, and a sea lion, I would assume. But that is so cute. I love this one. I love this one. I'm gonna use this rug now, like more than ever before, because this is so cute. That's very, very adorable. We have a clown-tastic canopy, which I would say probably will go over either like the bassinet or like the crib, but it looks like a circus. Like imagine if we got a circus kit or like a circus stuff pack, more animals, like a zoo in The Sims 4. That would be very hilarious to see. But it still like reminded me of like Sims 2 teen style stuff. And I think also one of the stuff packs in The Sims 2, I think it was called Family Fun. I'm pretty sure that had like a castle type set. And so that reminds me of this one too. But I like how cute and simple it is. And we also have the Friendly Fur Friend plushie, and it costs 85 simoleons. I don't mind that. It could be 1 simoleon. I would prefer that more, but you know, we live on a budget. Oh, this one has a little Bella Goth dress and pearls. It's like a Bella Goth if it was a cat. We have a sloth, another cat, a fox, a possum, a raccoon, a skunk, and then I think another cat. But this is so cute, and they even have like little clothes on them too. That's even better. We also have a little lamp that's called the Mr. Gerbit Table Lamp. Then we also have a little wagon of wares, which is more of like an environmental piece. I thought it was going to be like a toy chest at first because the toys were already out, but it would be very cool if this was converted into a toy chest so your Sims can like buy toys or get toys and like put them in as like storage. But I like how everything is literally circus themed. I've watched a lot of like circus type movies like Dumbo and Pinocchio and like all these different like movies and TV shows that had circuses. So I find like that's really, really helpful to like imagine having a circus in The Sims 4. I mean, if you do the 100 baby, it literally is just a circus, but full of children. But you win some, you lose some. But I like that we have another changing table as well. It supports infants and toddlers. And something that I've also noticed too, like when we got Growing Together, they gave us new changing tables, but they also gave us, I think, also new changing tables for Growing Together. But I think you needed a certain pack for them to work, but I cannot for sure remember what that even meant. But I like that we have another changing table because it's really helpful to have more variety. We also have some antique blocks that come in a variety of different swatches, which I think is super helpful because not only does this have like little icons on it, it just also has like plain wood swatches too, which I would prefer just in case if I wanted to have something simple and easy without being too over the top. But I like these little blobs. I'm going to use them all the time for one of my new nurseries that I want to build. We also have another little play mat as well. We have a little red plumb bob, a little spaceship. We also have a little llama, and I think we also have a little gnome too as well. But I think, again, there's so many circus themes in this kit. It's bringing back Sims 2 vibe, and I love the Sims 2 more than anything. If you don't know, Sims 2 is my favorite game. Here is another toy box, or one toy box that we have for the heirloom toy box. We also have another little dollhouse, which I did kind of like tease this a little bit, not tease it, but I kind of saw it in the teaser photo and talked about it on stream. This is literally the goth house, if you cannot tell, but this reminds me of the Sims 1 goth house. And the reason being is because the goth house in the Sims 1 had a graveyard on like their backyard, but this one's on the side with a mausoleum or a crypt where you put your relatives who die. And it also kind of reminds me too of the Life and Death expansion pack that we're getting next month, that Grim Reaper, you know, you're living and then you're dying, you gotta go somewhere else. So having like these little subtle hints in here is really, really cool. And then this little statue right here, we have that in The Sims 2, but not in The Sims 4. So it definitely gives off Sims 2 and Sims 1 vibes as well. But I like how simplistic it is, but also how versatile it can be. There's also this chandelier, which I think is way too fancy for any of my Sim houses, because not only does it cost 330 simoleons, it's just too fancy looking. I feel like I would literally break it if I touched it. But then again, you gotta use it every once in a while. A ballroom, a fancy hotel, a restaurant, whatever it might be. The next thing that we have is a Storytime bookcase. When your little one is ready for Storytime, look no further than this elegant cabinet of children's books featuring beloved classics like Goodnight Plum Bob, Oh, the Cow Plants You'll Grow, and Make Way for Llamas, and A Very Hungry Boy Critter. Is that Bella Goth in the magazine in the bookcase? Oh, I love that. It's literally Bella coded. Literally Bella coded 100%. I just feel like how everything works so well. Every single swatch matches. So you have no trouble making the perfect matchy-match nursery room. And the other one that we have is the little boutique clothes for 330 main, which this goes on the clothing rack. So you have your infant clothes that come in a variety of different swatches, which I think is very, very cute. And then the other thing that we do have in this kit is a bunch of wallpaper, which I was actually very curious about this, because looking at this wallpaper, as you can see, what in the world? This bridge, Sims 2 Pleasant View. That hot air balloon, Sims 2. UFO, Sims 2. Like the whole entire wallpaper scenario is straight up Pleasant View, and I'm here for that. Can we please have more stuff like that in the future? Because I would be honestly down for that. It does come in a variety of different swatches, so if you want to have something more, I guess, antique-ish, but in a different color, you could. So they all work, and they're not too over the top. They're pretty simple and easy going. And I kind of like that a lot. So the next kit is called the Artist Studio Kit, which I have to say is probably going to be my most used and most favorite kit out of all the kits that we have in The Sims 4. Not only because I love being creative IRL and drawing on my iPad, but I also like having my Sims make paintings for a living. It's great for rags to riches. It's great for literally anything, making your house fancy looking. And personally, if you don't paint in The Sims 4, you should start doing it now. Just saying. But looking at this kit in like the preview photos on their blog posts, it reminded me of my 7th grade year when I was in art and I did art. And seeing like that vibe, I kind of want to recreate that in The Sims 4 by rebuilding the high school in my version. But looking at all the objects, it's just like straight up 100% art studio, art loft, 7th grade art classroom vibes, 100%. And it's so cute. Like this little ladder is also very nice. And I like that all the swatches are very plain and simple, but also too, they have like paint splatters on it. So if you wanted to have like a messy art studio or a clean art studio, you still have that vibe. And same goes for this other object right here. Has plain swatches and it also has paint splatter. and it just works. We have a little smock on the side, some paints on the other side. So this other object is called the Ready Set Go Kart, and I think it's probably going to be my most used because not only does it have messy swatches, it also has plain swatches. But knowing my Sims, everything will be messy. It's giving abandoned art classroom already. It can fit for any vibe that you want. And this other one is called the Polylock Storage Locker. And so I'm assuming that if it's storage, you can put things in it and then gather your art supplies however you so please. But thinking about 7th grade, it's like the vibes are just there. And so these two kids, the Storybook Nursery Kit and the Artist Studio Kit, are my top 2 favorites as of right now. And I love that we have simple, easy to use swatches in any house, any build, without being too crazy, if that makes sense. But I also like that they come in yellow. The fact that there's a lot of yellow swatches pleases me. It just tells me that the Sims team is listening to all of my suggestions, not my demands, my suggestions. And as a person who loves yellow, I think we personally need a lot more yellow in The Sims 4, just saying. But moving forward, we have another cabinet, which I think is also perfect for if you have like an art teacher or someone who just loves having art in every nook and cranny of their home. If they converted their bedroom into an art studio, you have that vibe. But also too, you can also make a garage, and turn it into an art studio as well. We have a drying rack, which is like another place where you can put stuff on it if you wanted to. We have a pedestal where you can put things on it. Ooh, anything's a surface pedestal. When the artist is at work, no surface is safe for the haphazardly placed brushes, palettes, and that sculptureless cup of dirty paint water. Do not mistake the dirty water for your cup of tea. Don't do that. One time I did that and it was not pretty. So learn from your mistakes, friends. Don't drink the dirty paint water. It's not healthy for you. But everything about this kit and everything about each and every swatch, it all matches. So like there's nothing like too out of the ordinary. It all just like is very cohesive. The same goes with this other object too as well. Plain wood swatches. I'm gonna take this off right here. But it also can work as like a stool. Like if you had a Sim sitting on here, you can also do that too. But it's not a stool, it's just a general like pedestal to put stuff on it. We also have an improv studio pedestal. So we have another one. Same here, but this one has 2 slots instead of 1. So you have a little pedestal here and a little stool right here. But I think also too, you can put stuff on here as well. Like if your Sims, for example, are painting from reference, or if you have Sims who like love painting literally anything, landscaping, portraits, you can put stuff on here, have your Sim take a photo, and then they would literally paint what they just referenced. And I think that's so cool. So I like that vibe. We also have like another sink, which I think is so 7th grade art class coded all the way through. Like we have a little plain old rink-a-dink, ugly little looking sink with soap and paint brushes. But as you continue to look at the swatches, yellow. But there's like dirty, and dirty. But the rest of them are clean. But I like the dirty little sink, all the little cruddy paint swatches and things like that. Oh, I love that. We also have a Creative Pro tablet. So we already have one of these, I believe, in base game, like a digital sketch pad. But this one is like the same one, but it's called a different thing. Does the same exact thing, but it's there. And it looks like a little mini iPad. You can like add things on here. You can paint, do whatever, and still sell your paintings. It does work for your painting skill, and it does work for your painting skill and function off of the grid, which just helps so much. And then the other one that we have that a lot of people were really excited about, including me, was another woodworking table. Because we never had another woodworking table other than base game, which was a long time ago, like over a decade ago. But this woodworking table is so much better. It's a lot less bulky, a lot less like too over the top. And it's so simple. But we also have another art easel, which I think is going to be another most used object in the game, for me at least. Because I can see a lot of my kids utilizing this, a lot of my teens, a lot of my adults, elders, whoever who loves painting. Even Angela Pleasant from Discovery University has like a little arts club, and they paint a lot. And so I find that this is going to be super most used, for at least for me, and maybe other people too. We have some sketches and studies, which whoever made this art for this kit deserves a raise, because not only is the art fantastic, it's like, can we have more of this, please and thank you? Can we have this IRL? I would literally buy prints of these for my own office because how good they look. Like the sketches are fantastic, the flowers. It even looks like a college student, artists, freshmen in their art class painting or sketching. It gives off that vibe as well. Then we also have the torso in repose, which can go on to these pedestals and you can like paint them as well. They do come in a variety of different swatches as well, like the other ones. We also have a collection of sketchbooks, which I feel called out by this because I have like 6 or 7 sketchbooks at home that I have not used all the way through. But I like the vibe that they're giving that realism. Every artist, every person who's creative has probably 6 or 7 or 10 or 12 sketchbooks or pads or whatever in their closet like me. But relatability. We like that. We also have discounted paint cans. It's like Home Depot, but in The Sims 4. I really, really like this. I'm gonna definitely recreate the high school in The Sims 4 and like build some type of like art studio because it's perfect. We also have some painter palettes as well that come in a variety of different swatches. And also too, knowing that this is like straight up art classroom. Like, hello? Just saying. Accidental paint splatters, no stinking way. If you remember from The Sims 4 Parenthood, occasionally your children would like throw paint on the floor or wherever they're at, the grass, the carpet, wooden floor, whatever, and then you would like discipline them saying, hey, don't make a mess. But this right here is like, yeah, make a mess. You're being creative. Do whatever you want to do. Have fun. It's going to definitely work for a lot of like grungy, abandoned type builds who have like all this debris and all this stuff everywhere. Is going to definitely work for those builds. We also have the forlorn picture, which can go on to these little pedestals right here if you wanted to paint like fruit or if you wanted to paint like a picture. You could do also like that. This one has cracks on it. And moldy fruit. Moldy fruit does not sound good to me, but it does make good for a great painting. You sell it for 4,000 simoleons, you make in bank. The other one that we have is a studio drape backdrop. Friends, literally this is going to be so good. I can already see myself utilizing this backdrop, mainly just to take a lot of photos of my Sims, like on picture day for like high school or elementary, or even like taking photos of like family photos or weddings. Having a good backdrop is going to be 100% perfect. Like you can even combine this with the mosquito pack and like have a really cool like art photography studio. You could have a lot of fun with that. And the last object that we have is the industrial spotlight, which if you love art, you would already know that the spotlight's going to be perfect. Like you have a light going this way and a light going this way. It even reminds me of that one TikTok person who always said, everybody's so creative. That TikTok person. It reminds me of that. This kit is calling everybody's creative, but in a good way. So the last and final thing that we just got for this kit is wallpaper, and it's called Down to the Studs Wall. And this is very nice. We have like plain old wood stud. Before you add like the paneling and whatnot to your house, you have these wallpapers. But this does come in a variety of different swatches. We have like dark tones, white, we have black. You have just like different ones that kind of work for any occasion, for any style of house that you're kind of looking for. And I like that we have this. I hope we can eventually, I do hope that we get a lot more like wood plain swatches like this for future packs or future kids or like base game updates. I would really hope that's the case. But I have to say this kit is probably another 10 out of 10 for me. Like the Storybook Nursery kit, 9.5 out of 10. But the Artist Studio kit, 10 out of 10, just because these two kits have something that I've been wanting and needing in my game for like 10 years now, that I can see myself utilizing these objects all the time. I'm always adding an easel, I'm always adding a bassinet of some type, decorative things for like nurseries, kids' rooms, outdoor stuff, whatever. I'm always utilizing something from a new kit or a new pack or a base game update. But as always, I do hope you all enjoyed today's videos, which as I did. Please let me know down in the comments below of what you thought of the Storybook Nursery Kit and also the Artist Studio Kit as well. Because not only do we need more stuff for infants, we also do need more stuff for like Sims who like being creative in every shape and form. But as always, like I said, I do hope you all enjoyed it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!